Greetings, friends and fellow cigar, box, guitar enthusiasts. Del Puckett here, and I just got done listening to Pastor Brett from Athey Creek. Link in the video description. And so now I'm jazzed to build this particular guitar here. So this box here I got from a dear friend years ago, and I decided I'm going to build a cigar box guitar style out of this. Now this box is very unique in many regards. I'm going to point these out here. You can see how it's joined here. You can see how thick the top is, and then it has another top underneath it, so it's kind of like a double thickness top here. And the reason being is because it has this metal whale embedded. It just looks beautiful, dude. So I just hung on to this box for the longest time, not knowing what to do with it. I have a single sound hole here. The reason why I have a single sound hole there is because I don't have any others of this color, just one, and it matches the metal there. So that's why we have a single sound hole. So anyhow, I started building the box. This is what it's going to look like. You know, it's going to have kind of a matching neck color. All I did was, after building the neck, is just notch the box. Use a Forstner bit here. These are thick walls here, so in order for that jack to go through, I have to take off some of the meat there, and I make sure to stain it so that it doesn't stand out as a contrast. Because as soon as you route it out right here, you're gonna have the wood's gonna be this color. So I wanted everything to have that dark tinge. This is gonna be a piezo wired directly to the jack, and I made sure, because of both of these are red, so I went with my magic marker to make sure that I knew which one was the ground, because you want to make sure to get the ground on the ground. Don't ever reverse these things here. It'll sound like crap. You have to take it apart and do it right. A couple of things to note here. I have two shims on this side because I had to measure to get to the exact height. Notice how there's this little gap here. Same thing here, this little gap here. Well, that's to match this little gap under here. So a lot of little details, man. I do have a back angle, and a 1/4 inch above the fretboard here. This is what I wanted to point out in this video right now here, and that is this little edge right here along. I don't know if you can see it in this light here, but it's kind of bright. Let me see if I can kind of get it right there. See how it's kind of like a white line on the top there? That is because I put it on the sander at an angle, and I took off the edges, so they're all beveled. They're all beveled perfectly, and they have a nice little white stripe there. It looks kind of like a poor man's binding is what it is, but it just gives kind of definition when you're looking down. I thought I was going to go back and restain it again to make it all dark again, but then once I saw the contrast there, it's like, oh my gosh, that looks so nice. It just kind of gives a nice visual. And then of course the ends are nice and polished up with the real fine grit sandpaper. And then for the back of the neck, steel wool. Guys, when was the last time you just steel wooled? Stained, obviously, but then just steel wooled. Rather than, you know, polish, varnish, just kind of just do some stain and good old-fashioned steel wool. Man, I'm telling you, the feel of it on the backside here, it's worth trying. It's worth trying. So where we're at now, we're going to do the solder up here. I got the soldering iron is blazing hot. So we're going to solder this up. And then it's just a matter of, oh yeah, this is what I wanted to point out here. See, I have these little holes here on the corner. Dink, dink. So in order to avoid putting blocks or bracing on the inside, I just measured twice, made sure I got it exactly right in the corner there. So I'm digging into the meat in here. So that's going to be what's going to be holding on the top to the box. So obviously the strings are going to be pushing it down and stuff, but I think there's plenty of sufficient meat there in that wood to bite, get a good bite, and hold that top down securely. So I did string it up with the E, A, D string of just a regular normal guitar set of strings. I do have a nail holding that, the ball ends there on this side of that, and then a nail on this side here. Listen to the way this thing sounds. I'm tuned D, A, D, and these strings are stretching, so it's a little bit lower. What an incredible sound, my gosh. Let's see here. Let's see if these little guys will even work on these heavy L strings. Ah, wow. Okay. Tiny little pliers. These are like my mini pliers. Crank the reverb. One of the things I like to do, just to entertain myself, is to play my songs, but really, really, really slow. Down some of the tone. Roll down some of the gain. Turn up some of the volume. And dial back the reverb just a tad. And now I'm just going to play with just my fingers. And then I like to exaggerate this last turnaround ending thing, and I like to just cascade it, and it's never the same because I always do different things, but it's like the or a sustain. You can still hear it.